Thank you for visiting my page and for taking the time to watch this video. I have so much to explain about what's happened to me and why I've even created this page. I'm sure if you look through the posts and some of the highlighted stories down below, you can get a pretty good idea of what's happened. But it's been really hard to tell the story, and it's not because I can't tell it. It's because it's such a long story, so many details involving so many different entities, so much adversity all at once in the last 20 months. It's just so hard. There's so much to tell. It takes so long. And honestly, in conversation with others that have met me on the streets or come across my path in some kind of way in the last 20 months through this journey, even telling them they were never given the full story because it just takes too long. People sit with me for hours and I still haven't been able to tell them not even near the whole story. Aside from that, it's been a bandwidth thing for me. When you're homeless on the streets and you have medical problems and some of your family's just permanently disabled, and when you have no income and your daily survival comes first, it drains you. It leaves you with almost so much physical, mental, available bandwidth left at the end of any given day, or even at the start of a day. So many things don't get done. But one critical thing that I've needed to do is tell my story and to timeline it out for attorneys. I have all the evidence. I have so much evidence, but the problem is today that attorneys, it's when you're doing things on a contingency basis and you're not plunking down a retainer, I have yet to find an attorney that was willing for me just to come in personally, locally, sit down and present and lay down all my evidence and have them help me timeline it and help me chart it out and write things out and see all the wonderful things that are there for their pickings. Because like I said, the evidence is clear. Anyway, I wanted to make this video. It's been hard to find the right time and the bandwidth, like I said, just to get it done. But I am working on it. I've never done a video log before or anything like this, so there's learning curves involved, just quite a bit. But I am going to put up the story. It's obviously going to be in a lot of parts. I'll have to split it up into a bunch of parts. I don't know how many parts it'll be. And honestly, I can't even promise you that it'll all be told. I have no way of knowing from day to day whether we'll survive or continue to make it, to be honest. It's been real hard. And so when my family encouraged me to put up an Instagram that I knew nothing about, hadn't messed with Instagram at all, to tell my story and to put up a GoFundMe in the beginning of all of this, I never intended on it taking this long to tell my story. But now that it's taken this long and the statutes of limitations are closing, the gaps are narrowing, and our survival is just, it's not getting easier. So I don't know if it'll even all be told. My goal is to get the news involved and to get an honest investigative reporter, someone that really wants to expose a bad corporation and bad entities and for hurting people and their families like they have mine. Once I find that exposure, I'm more than confident that the attorneys, the right trial attorneys, they'll be lining up, and I'll be able to choose who I feel is right to defend me from me and my family and what we've lost, what we've been through. I want to thank you for those who have reached out, and I'm sorry that I haven't been able to get the intake information back to you. If you're watching this, thank you so much. I promise more than one of you 3 only actually right now that are waiting, and have been waiting for about 3 weeks for information from me that I just can't seem to get written and organized and put together for you. There's just too much going on in my life. I'm also still recovering from my shoulder surgery and 2 spinal surgeries prior to that. I've lost 35 pounds of muscle and body weight since my spinal fusion surgery, August 31st, 2023. There's a lot to do. I'm excited to try to recover my body and to try to do what I can, but I have a significant amount of loss in sensation and feelings in a large part of my upper extremities. My fingertips are numb and tingly, and I don't know that I'll ever get any of these feelings, sensations, or strength back. I'm gonna try. I haven't been able to try. I'm usually a very fit, active person. I have been my whole life, very strong. This is the weakest I've ever been. This is the hardest thing I've ever been through. My family's never been through anything like this. Nothing like this. It's wrong. It's not easy to stand up for yourself in today's society and in this world. It's harder. It's harder for us because you're usually the ones that don't have the money for the attorneys or this and that to make things happen. So for you, it's a lot harder. For me, it's a lot harder. For those defending themselves, it's a lot harder. You don't meet income requirements. You're over the threshold because you had a job that was really good. But once it's taken away and you have 0 income, none of that matters. But it blocked us from so many opportunities and from so much assistance and help. And then finally, when it was all ran out and we were able to meet those qualifications, then there was lines and 3 months, 4 months waits for even intakes with the county. For general assistance, for example, I'm still in line, been in line for over 2 months for an interview. I'm rambling. I just wanted to put this up because I have a lot going on, but more important than the air I breathe almost, I guess not as important, is that these people don't get away with what they've done to me and my family. And if something were to happen to me, my fear is that all of them could possibly get away with what they've done. I can't live with that. I need your help, Sacramento. I need your help. Anybody in the nation, in the world that's watching this is more than welcome to support, like, follow this page. Absolutely. Thank you. But I need Sacramento. I need local people in Sacramento who know this company, who know and have heard about what they've done, who maybe still are trusting them, or who stopped trusting them. Other employees who have worked for Bonnie Plumbing that have been mistreated. All of you in this community, in any kind of way that can be supportive by liking our page, following our pages and profiles for Mistreated Injured Worker. Your voice matters. Those little clicks count. I'm trying to get the attention of the media. I need an investigative reporter, someone that will take this serious. It's a horrific story, and once it's all told, which I'm hopeful with the news story, because they know how to do those things, they know how to put it together in sections and in sessions, and that way people can follow it. I don't know how to tell it all where people can follow it and understand, because I get sidetracked. There's traumatic events that trigger responses within me and my memory to go blank out of nowhere. There's just a lot of things, honestly. Thanks for hanging with me with all this back and forth, and thank you for watching the video this long. And if you have supported or you're going to support, thank you. My family thanks you. More to come soon.